I'm JayDee Gunnell, one of the garden guys and gal.
And I'm Amanda Christensen with Utah Money Moms. This is my husband, Jake.
So we're here and we're just gonna answer some really common questions that homeowners have. We're in your backyard.
Yeah.
You're thinking about planting some trees.
We are.
And you were asking me some questions and we thought maybe we'll just film this because a lot of people have the same questions.
Thank you. Thanks for that.
So we want trees along this side of the yard to get some afternoon shade when we entertain and do different things. But there are some things in a tree we don't want.
Okay.
Like, I don't like pine trees that drop needles or trees that drop massive leaves.
Okay.
They're a little harder to clean up or too tiny. I want the perfect leaf.
Okay.
What's the perfect tree, JayDee?
That's loaded. Again, in our earlier video, we talked about the USU tree browser, treebrowser.org, or it's an app you can download on your phone. You can search through a lot of different criteria, but all trees are going to drop something.
Yeah.
They're going to drop leaves in the fall. Even conifers or evergreens, they'll drop occasionally. Austrian pines are notorious for dropping a lot of needles. So there are some that are a little bit messier than others.
And will that tree browser, will that show us what the tree will look like in different seasons?
Yeah, so there's tons of pictures.
Because if I go right now to a garden center or a botanical center somewhere, I see what it looks like today.
Right.
But what about 3 months from now, when I'm cleaning it, when I'm trying to decide what my maintenance is going to be down the road? So it will show me that.
It will. And
great.
And everybody has their own favorite season. There's spring flowering trees that are really pretty in the spring. There's fall colors that people look for, and you can search those criteria out in this app. And so yeah, it's the USU tree browser.
So another question I've had is, in my mind I think, well, do I go for the big investment on a large tree because I want shade now? It's probably the next priority back here.
Yeah.
I'd like shade today. Do I go for a larger tree and a little more of an investment, or a smaller tree, less of an investment? What's the best option?
So again, it's a personal preference, but knowing what I know about trees, I grew trees for a living before working for Extension, and I'll tell you, the smaller trees, like the 5, 10, 15 gallon containers, they'll actually grow faster than, say, a balled and burlap tree, one that's been root pruned and put in a basket. The general rule is, for every inch of caliper on those balled and burlap trees, it takes a year for those roots to reestablish. So if you're buying a big instant gratification tree that's a 3-inch caliper, you're going to be 3 years before those roots actually start to push any real growth.
Okay.
So that's why containerized trees can sometimes outgrow or outperform some of those balled and burlap trees.
Okay.
So we
Great.
talk about saving money. In
Yeah.
my yard, I do the opposite of everybody else. I go find the smallest tree and plant it knowing that it'll grow fast.
All right, great. Well, we're all about saving money.
Yeah, I like that. I have another question.
Okay.
Some of the trees we took out back here that were overgrown had little offshoots all throughout the lawn.
Yeah, we call those suckers.
Yeah.
And they really do suck. There's
What do we do
a
about
few
that?
species that do it a lot. I've had a lot of questions this week in the extension office about quaking aspen. They sucker. That's what they do. One of the largest organisms on Earth is down in central Utah around Fish Lake, called Pando. It's one clone of quakies. It's over 200 acres, and it's one tree. So quakies are beautiful in the mountains, but in the landscape, not the best. Another one that suckers a lot is a Canada red chokecherry. They'll just send up a lot of suckers. Some crab apples will sucker, so you have to kind of watch those. But in all reality, when people plant them and then they start suckering, they're looking for a chemical or something to stop that. It's their nature. That's kind of what they do. So in searching this app for trees, make sure you ask those questions. And you guys have asked a lot of great questions today. And if you guys have questions, comment on our post. We'll try to get back to you as quick as we can. We also have Utah gardening experts on Facebook as well, where you can post some of your questions. But make sure you follow us on Instagram, Facebook, even follow our YouTube channel at Garden Guys and Gal.
And I'm at utahmoneymoms.com or Utah Money Moms on Instagram and Facebook.
Thanks for watching.